Hello friends, welcome to the series on Geography of Maharashtra for MPSC Mains 2025. It's going to be useful for the GS part as well as those students who have taken Geography as optional for MPSC Mains 2025. Continuing with the series, today we'll look at the physiographic regions of Maharashtra. Just a brief idea about the location of Maharashtra. Maharashtra lies in the west central part of India. Okay. Latitudinal extent is 15 degrees 45 minutes to 22 degrees north, and if you look at the longitudinal extent, it is 70 degrees east to 80 degrees 59 minutes east. Okay, total geographical area. So this is the third largest state after Rajasthan and Madhya Pradesh. It is 3,07,713 square kilometers. The state exposes a wide range of geological and geomorphic features. We are also going to have in the next video, we are also going to look at the rock structure of Maharashtra, which is very important for the MPSC mains. Okay, so that will be in the next lecture. But here we'll look at the physiographic regions of Maharashtra. So if you look at the physiographic regions of Maharashtra, there are three physiographic regions: Maharashtra Plateau, Western Ghats, and the coastal region. So what are these? So this whole is the Maharashtra Plateau. Fine, this is the Maharashtra Plateau. Okay, it forms a major part of Maharashtra. The Western Ghats, these are the Western Ghats, and to the west of the Western Ghats you have the Konkan Coast. Okay, so the three physiographic regions of Maharashtra, the Konkan Coast, the Western Ghats, and the major part being the Maharashtra Plateau. We are going to look into one by one all these aspects. So first, the Maharashtra Plateau. What are the general characters of Maharashtra Plateau? Now, it forms a major part of the Deccan Plateau. It is made up of basaltic lava flow. The whole of the Deccan Plateau, the Maharashtra Plateau, is made up of Deccan or the basalt, the lava flow which we had during the Cretaceous period, the lava flow, and so whatever black soil we have in Maharashtra, it has origin from this lava flow. Lava flows are horizontal to sub-horizontal in disposition. These flows spread almost throughout the state, that is, they are occupying 85% of the total areas of Maharashtra. And the lava flow of the Maharashtra Plateau covers the Vidarbha, the Khandesh, the Marathwada, and parts of western Maharashtra. So if you look at this, so Vidarbha, Marathwada region, Khandesh region, this is the Khandesh region, and parts of western Maharashtra. So all these are covered by the Maharashtra Plateau. Okay, so Vidarbha, Marathwada, Khandesh, and the parts of western Maharashtra. Moving ahead, what are the relief and slope features of Maharashtra Plateau? The landscape is uniform, dominated by flat-topped hills and broad plateau surfaces. So on the Maharashtra Plateau, you will be having the flat-topped hills and the broad plateau-like surfaces. Average elevation, not much, 400 to 600 meters above sea level. Since it's a plateau, so it is going to have some elevation 400 to 600 meters above sea level. It is gentle eastward slope. It has got a gentle eastward slope. Now this you can verify from the rivers. If you look at the river flow, the rivers are flowing from west to east. Okay, so majority of the rivers, they are flowing from west to east. That is, you have this Godavari, Krishna, Bhima, all these rivers, they are flowing from west to east. It denotes that the slope of Maharashtra Plateau is from west to east. It is gently sloping towards this Andhra Pradesh Karnataka region. Okay, now this region has been exposed for denudation over millions of years. It is a stable landmass. There is no upliftment going on over there, but now because of the exogenetic forces, there has been lots of denudation on the Maharashtra Plateau. Drainage and structural trends. The plateau is traversed by east-west trending and northwest to southeast trending river valleys and hills. So whatever hills, river valleys you have, they have east-west and northeast to southwest trend. If you look at the map, okay, so the hill ranges and the river valleys, they are east-west and northwest to southeast trending. Drainage flows, the structural alignments of the basaltic terrain. So the drainage flow has conformed with the structural alignments, okay, along the basalt plateau. Important hill ranges of Maharashtra Plateau. First, you have the Melghat range. Okay, so See, over here you have the Melghat range. In this part you have the Melghat range. Okay, so if this is the Melghat range, a branch of Satpura Hills trends east-west, runs almost parallel to the northern boundary of Maharashtra. That is the Melghat range over there. Then you have the Satmala Ajanta range. If you look at the map, this is the Satmala Ajanta range. Now what does it do? It's again east-west extension, but it is separating the valleys of Tapi and Godavari. This is important. It separates the valleys of Tapi and Godavari. Fine. So separates Tapi basin and Godavari basin to the south. Harishchandra Balaghat range trends northwest to southeast. It separates Godavari and Bhima basin. Okay, if you look in the map, Harishchandra Balaghat separates Godavari and Bhima basin, northwest to southeast extension. Then you have the Mahadev hills, trend northwest to southeast, same way, and they separate the Bhima and the Krishna basin. Over here you have the Mahadev hills. Okay, they are separating the Bhima and the Krishna basin. So if you look at it, Melghat range in the northernmost part, then you have the Satmala range which separates the Tapi and the Godavari basin, Harishchandra Balaghat range which separates the Godavari and the Bhima basin, and you have the Mahadev hills or the range which separates the Bhima and the Krishna basin. This part is very important. You need to know the sequence. This also asked in the prelims. Okay, next physiographic region is the Western Ghats. The whole of the Western Ghats. This is the Western Ghats. Okay, so second physiographic region of Maharashtra, the Western Ghats. General features, also known as Sahyadris, they lie to the west of the Maharashtra Plateau, extend north to south. They run parallel to the coast of India. So if you look at it, this is the coastline and they run parallel to the coast. Okay, they form a prominent physiographic and climatic barrier. This part will come to it later. Elevation and relief. Average elevation ranges from 1000 meters to 1300 meters, not that much in height. Elevation decreases from south to north. If you go from south to north, the elevation is going to be less. Towards the southern side, the elevation is more. Many peaks are associated with pilgrim centers, hill stations and forts. That's a tourism aspect. Now, if you look at the geological part of Western Ghats, it is shaped by differential weathering and erosion. So it has been uplifted, but now it is subject to weathering and erosion. So it is shaped by differential weathering and erosion in different parts. Rock composition, series of near horizontal basaltic lava flows. Now, if you visit any of the peaks, okay, any of the valleys in the Western Ghat, you will be able to observe those basaltic lava layers. Okay, so that is very much a prominent feature of Western Ghats. Thickness of the lava flows varies from less than 1 meter to more than 35 meters. So these layers of lava, they vary. The thickness varies from 1 meter to 35 meters. Now, the harder lava, it has formed steep escarpments. What are escarpments? Steep faces of the mountains. They are escarpments. And the softer lava, they have flown and they have formed gentle slope. So the hard lava, okay, it has formed escarpments, and the softer lava, which was flow, which is less viscous, okay, it has flown to form gentle slopes. So mostly the viscous lava, it has formed steep escarpments. This produces a step-like or terrace topography. This is very important. If you approach the Western Ghats from the Konkan side, okay, so if you approach the Western Ghats from the Konkan side, it appears to be in a step-like manner. Okay, it appears to be in a step-like manner. So you ascend the Western Ghats, there will be a plain feature over there, then again you ascend the Western Ghats. So it is a step-like manner, and that is known as trip-in or traps. Okay, it is known as trip-in. Hills are generally flat-topped and table-topped. Slope, the Sahyadris have gentle eastward slope and a very steep westward slope. The Sahyadri mountains towards the Konkan, they have got a steep escarpment. Okay, a steep face, and on the eastern side, they will be having a gentle slope. Okay, major rivers of Maharashtra, they originate in the Sahyadri. They mostly flow eastward or southeastward. We have seen Godavari, Krishna, Bhima, they flow eastward or southeastward. This is about the Sahyadri ranges. Now, what are the major rivers originating in the Western Ghats? First, you have Godavari. This is Godavari. It originates at Trimbakeshwar near Nasik. Okay, this is the largest river in the peninsular India. It has got many tributaries. You have the Purna, the Penganga, the Praura, the Manjra, the Pranhita, okay, the Kinnaserni. Okay, you have got lots and lots of tributaries, and this is one of the most prominent rivers of the plateau part. Then the Krishna River, okay, it originates in Mahabaleshwar, and some of the major tributaries are Koyna and Bhima. Again, one of the major rivers of Maharashtra, which originates in the Western Ghats. So these two rivers, these are the prominent rivers which originate in the Western Ghats. There are many minor rivers also which originate in the Western Ghats. Now, west flowing rivers of Maharashtra, you have Narmada and Tapi. Okay, mostly they flow along the northern part of Maharashtra, Narmada and Tapi. So Tapi river near Bultai, Betul district of Madhya Pradesh, and Narmada also originates in Amarkantak, Kantak region of Madhya Pradesh, but they will be flowing along the northern boundary of Maharashtra. What are the highest peaks of the Western Ghats? It is Kalsubai Peak, height 1646 meters, that is 5400 feet, and location is near the Harishchandragarh Kalsubai Sanctuary. Okay, it is also known as the Everest of Maharashtra. So this is the physiography of the second aspect, that is the Western Ghats. So what we have seen the Maharashtra Plateau, we have seen the Western Ghats, the second physiographic region, and the third physiographic region is the coastal region, which we call it as Konkan. It's a plain area. So since it's a plain area, there is a deposition, and this deposition is mostly done by the rivers, the short and swift rivers. So general character, a narrow coastal plain lies between the Western Ghats and the Arabian Sea. This coastal plain is called the Konkan Coast. In Maharashtra, the coastal lowland is known as Konkan, and the plateau region is known as Desh. Okay, so the lowlands, Konkan, and after the Western Ghats, whatever plateau region you have, that is known as the Desh. Dimension, the length of the Konkan Coast. This question has been asked in prelims, 720 kilometers. Width varies from 50 to 105 kilometers. So the width, it's very narrow, just 50 kilometers to 105 kilometers in width. Factors which control the coastal lowland formation. These are depositional features. So what you have is length of the rivers. This is one factor. If you have more the length of the river, more is going to be the deposition. Second, volume of the river discharge. More the volume of the river discharge, more deposition, and the alluvial plain is going to be broader over there. Amount of alluvium carried by rivers. Extent of the catchment area of the rivers. Again, all these, if they are more, the coastal plain is going to be broader and thicker because the deposition is going to be more. And also the slope of land. If the slope of land is more, the coastal plain is going to be narrow. If the slope of land is less, the coastal plain is going to be broader. So the factors which control the coastal lowland formations, you can name them as length of the rivers, the volume of the rivers, the amount of alluvium carried by the rivers, the extent of catchment area of the rivers, and the slope of land. Moving further for the Konkan part, the relief features, it consists of several east-west trending ridges. Okay, east-west, these are nothing but the offshoots of the Western Ghats itself. Presence of small and narrow plateaus. Average height of the plateau is just 60 meters to 100 meters. Since it's at the sea level, the average height of these plateaus are very less, 60 meters to 100 meters above mean sea level. And in some Konkan, plateaus are covered by laterite. Now this part we'll understand when we do the rocks of Maharashtra, that the South Konkan region, it has got lateritic soils. Also, we have done the soils of Maharashtra. In soils of Maharashtra, if you remember, we have covered this part that the Southern Konkan region, it has got red soil, which is a laterite soil. Northern Konkan soil is different. So, South Konkan plateaus are covered by laterite. Drainage characteristic, Western Ghats, Arabian Sea, very narrow gap. So, you have many short and swift rivers along the western coast of Maharashtra. So, the drainage characteristics in Konkan, several short and swift rivers originate in Sahyadris. Rivers flow westwards and drain into the Arabian Sea. This part is important. They flow westwards and drain into the Arabian Sea, and they are short and swift. And that's the reason we don't have any delta formations on the western coast of Maharashtra. So there are no delta formations, or there are hardly very small deltas on the western coast of Maharashtra. Due to short length, heavy rainfall, the rivers have high velocity. So whatever material they bring in, they take the material into the Arabian Sea and deposit it deep into the Arabian Sea. Therefore, you don't have any deltas formation along the western coast of Maharashtra. These rivers carry severe erosion near the source and diversion of some plateau rivers towards the west. that this diversion has resulted in development of numerous waterfalls along the western slope of Sahyadri. So these rivers are falling over the plateaus. Yes, and that's the reason you have numerous waterfalls over there. And what are the rivers of the Konkan region? See the names of the rivers, majority of the rivers. You have the Ullas, you have the Vashishti, the Shastri, the Vaitarna, the Savitri, the Patalganga, the Kundalika, and the Terekol. Terekol is the southernmost river of Maharashtra. Okay, so these are the rivers, west flowing rivers of Maharashtra, and their general characteristics is that the rivers of the Konkan region are short, swift, and west flowing rivers that originate in Western Ghats and drain directly into the Arabian Sea due to steep western slope of the Ghats. So there is no in-between dams or such things. They are directly going to flow into the Arabian Sea. These rivers have small catchment areas, steep gradients, and high velocity, okay, especially during the monsoon, but obvious, resulting in strong erosional activity and formation of waterfalls, rapids, and deeply incised valleys near their source regions. And these waterfalls, they are very beautiful in the monsoon season. There are they are mostly the tourist spots. Okay, so this is about the physiographic region of Maharashtra. The Maharashtra Plateau, the major part, 81%, the Western Ghats, and the Konkan Coast. So Maharashtra physiographic regions, there are three: Maharashtra Plateau, the Western Ghats, and the Konkan Coast. And this is the description about it. Fine. So this is going to be helpful for you for your MPSC Mains preparation 2025. For such series on Maharashtra, stay in touch. You will be having many such lectures for MPSC Mains 2025.